I saw a question on Jihu asking, how to tell if your phone is being tapped. The top voted answer said, call your own phone number. If it connects and there is static noise, it means your phone is being tapped. Out of curiosity, I dialed my own number. After 2 rings, it actually connected. There was the static sound of electric current, but no one spoke. It startled me, and I hurriedly hung up. Afterwards, I got really curious about who actually answered the phone. So, I gathered my courage and dialed my number again. About 5 seconds after the call connected, a man's voice sounded, hello. Yeding, who are you? Hearing him call my name, I started trembling in fear. The person on the other end chuckled, don't be afraid. My name is Yeding. I am you from the second space. What? I thought I misheard him, so I asked again. He answered me, it's Yeding. I am you from the second space. I still didn't understand. He patiently explained it to me, and I somewhat grasped the concept. That so-called second space is similar to a parallel universe. He is the me in that parallel universe. But why is the me in the second space a man? Because you are female. As the person from the second space, I cannot compete with you for the same gender in the first space. So I can only be male. The people here and the people in your world have reversed genders. I half understood and asked curiously, why can you receive the call I dialed to my own number? He paused and said solemnly, because you are already dead. What? At this moment, I suddenly suspected the person on the phone was a lunatic, playing a prank on me on purpose. Before he could finish his sentence, I decisively hung up the phone. I was so furious. How dare he curse me to die? While I was losing my mind, I heard someone using a key to open my front door. The lock was a bit rusty, so it took a while to open. The only person who had the key was my boyfriend, Lineu. I excitedly ran over, turned the doorknob, and opened the door for him. I happily threw myself into his arms, but the moment I touched him, I phased right through his body. He acted as if he didn't see me at all. He looked at the door curiously, then checked the lock, and muttered to himself, it's not broken. Why did it open by itself? Lineu, I opened the door for you. I reached out and waved my hand in front of his eyes, but he didn't look at me, and walked straight into the house. Faced with a series of actions where he completely ignored me, I began to doubt. Am I really dead? But I can touch the door. I can touch my phone. And I can touch the table. Why can't I touch him? He went into my bedroom. When he opened the wardrobe, a chill ran through my body, and I let out a terrified scream, hurriedly covering my eyes. There was a dead body in the closet. The lower half of the body was missing. Only the upper half above the waist was placed in a basin. I managed to calm my fear and slowly moved my hands away, finally getting a clear look at the face of that half body. It was actually me. Lineu wasn't shocked at all, nor was he afraid. Instead, he calmly carried the basin out and headed to the kitchen. I spread my arms to block him. What are you doing? Lineu, what are you doing? Because of my fear, my voice was trembling uncontrollably. He couldn't see me at all. His eyes were dark and terrifying, and an eerie smile crept up the corners of his mouth. Holding back my terror, I grabbed the edge of the basin and pushed it backwards. His footsteps paused. He felt the resistance, and then pushed hard forward. Surprise and confusion flashed in his eyes. Line you, stop it. What are you trying to do? Before long, I gradually lost my strength and collapsed completely onto the floor, with the resistance gone. He stepped right over me and walked straight to the cutting board. I couldn't get up. My whole body was weak. I could only watch him in horror as he picked out a heavy bone cleaver and began to dismember my remaining body. Fear made me lose my voice. I felt as if I was personally being sliced open, piece by piece. I stumbled and crawled to the living room, found my phone on the sofa, and dialed my own number. Hello, save me. Yetting, what happened? My boyfriend. He is dismembering my body. I was speaking incoherently. Don't be afraid, he can't see you. The voice on the other end was very calm. Am I really dead? Yes, he paused. But you still have one chance to resurrect. Listen to me, you are currently in the void. Between the first space and the second space. Only I can contact you. You only need to do one thing. Protect your lower half. As long as a complete body part is preserved, I can help you resurrect in 3 days. The chopping sound in the kitchen suddenly stopped. Linyu turned around, covered in blood, and walked towards me expressionlessly. I held my breath. But he just walked right past me, drank a sip of water, and then said a sentence into the thin air. Yetting, I know you are here. The voice on the phone became frantic. He heard me talking? Impossible, people in the first space cannot hear the frequency of the second space. Linyu tilted his head, and an eerie smile curled on his lips. I can hear it. He put down the water bottle. Yetting, don't waste your energy. Even if you tell her to protect the corpse, it's useless. I will dispose of every single inch cleanly. I backed away in terror, and the sofa let out a creak. Linyu stared in the direction of the sound, his eyes like a snake locking onto its prey. See, I can feel you. He took a step closer. Even though I can't see you, I know you are right here. Your fear. You're trembling, I can feel it all. I hid in the bedroom, locked the door, and said tremblingly to the phone, who is he really? Linyu wouldn't do this. He is not Linyu. The person on the phone was silent for a long time, and then let out a heavy sigh. I looked it up. Your natural lifespan was 78 years, but since you suffered an unnatural death, according to the rules, you can be resurrected once. As for Linyu, his lifespan is only 29 years. In 3 days, there will be a home invasion robbery. He was meant to die to save you. But if you are fully dead before then, his destined death sequence will be altered, and he will gain immortality. I felt a chill to my bones. You mean he killed me for immortality? It's more than that. Second space Yetting's voice turned hoarse. The person out there right now is not your boyfriend at all. He is the Linyu from the second space, a conscious entity that developed self-awareness. He possessed the host's body just to kill you. I suddenly remembered the crazy woman we met at the movie theater today. She grabbed me and told me not to go with Linyu. At the time, I thought she had mental issues. But thinking about it now, that woman is the real Linyu. He should be somewhere near your house right now, trying to save you. You must find him. Tell him the truth, and have him help you kill this possessing entity. Otherwise, your body will be completely destroyed, and you will never be able to resurrect. The sound of a key turning came from outside the door. It was that woman. She pushed the door open, looked around in a panic, and rushed straight to the kitchen. When she saw the severed limbs on the cutting board, she covered her mouth, and tears burst from her eyes. I opened my phone's memo app, typed a line of text, and placed it in front of her. I know who you are. Help me. When she saw the phone screen that appeared out of nowhere, she was startled at first, but then nodded desperately. Just as I was about to continue typing, the sound of a car engine came from outside the window. Lin Yu was back. The woman's face turned pale. She grabbed my severed head and tried to escape through the window. But it was too late. I've been looking for you, so you were here. Lin Yu slowly approached and pulled out that heavy bone cleaver from his waist. Put that down, and I can give you a quick death. I stood in front of the woman, trying to push Lin Yu away, but my hands just passed right through his body. There was nothing I could do. Suddenly, the woman threw my head out of the window. It fell into the bushes downstairs. Lin Yu's eyes instantly became ferocious. He knocked the woman out with one punch, dragged her into the storage room, sealed her mouth with duct tape, and tied her up with a rope. Then he turned and looked in my direction and smiled. It's fine. I'll deal with you first and then go find the head. He put on a strange-looking headset, which was connected to a small amplifier. The amplifier emitted a beeping sound, the frequency changing as he turned his head. When he pointed it in my direction, the beeping became rapid. Found you, I ran to the balcony. Below me was a 12-story drop. I had nowhere to run. On the phone, Second Space Yetting shouted frantically, "Jump, you are an astral body. You won't die, jump now." Behind me was Lin Yu, closing in with the cleaver. Beep, beep, beep. The sound from the amplifier got faster and faster. I closed my eyes and vaulted over the edge. During the fall, I heard the amplifier's beeping turn into a sharp, continuous drone, and then everything went silent. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa in my own house. The sound of chopping meat came from the kitchen again. Nothing had changed. Yet everything had changed. I lay on the sofa for a long time, until the sunlight moved from the window to the center of the floor. The chopping sound in the kitchen stopped, replaced by the grinding noise of a meat grinder. Then came the sound of water running from the faucet, and the gurgling, swallowing sound of the drain. He was destroying the evidence. I forced myself to sit up. My mind was completely blank. What happened after I jumped off the building last night? I couldn't remember. All I knew was that I was still here, still trapped in this room, like a moth locked in a glass jar. I dialed Second Space Yetting's number. He picked up after just one ring. "You're alive, thank goodness." I thought. "I'm fine," I interrupted him. "But you have to tell me. Why did I end up back on the sofa after jumping?" "After you jumped last night, your astral body suffered an impact and automatically returned to your point of death. This is the self-preservation mechanism of the void space." He paused. "But now isn't the time to talk about this. You must hurry and find your lower half. The head won't last much longer outside. Once it rots, there's no hope for resurrection." I walked to the balcony and looked down. The bushes had already been trimmed. The head thrown out yesterday was nowhere to be seen. "The head is gone." My voice was incredibly calm. So calm that it frightened me. "Then find the lower half. Lin Yu must have hidden it somewhere." The The doorbell rang. My whole body stiffened. Second space Yetting also sensed something was wrong. What is it? Someone is ringing the doorbell. I looked through the peephole. It was a delivery guy. He was looking down at his phone, seemingly verifying the address. I recognized him. I had contacted him yesterday, asking him to buy me a power bank. Don't open the door, second space Yetting suddenly said sternly. Right now, any outsider could ruin our plan. But it was too late. Linyu came out of the kitchen. He was covered in blood, but his expression was perfectly calm. He opened the door. The delivery guy was startled. Bro, is this your house? Yes, what's wrong? Linyu smiled. I'm here to deliver a power bank to a lady. She lives on this floor. The guy peeked his head inside. Linyu stepped sideways to block his view, his smile unwavering. She's not here, give it to me, I'll pass it to her. The guy hesitated for a moment, then handed the power bank over. Linyu took it and smoothly handed him a 100 yuan bill. Thanks for your trouble. Just as the guy turned to leave, his phone rang. He glanced at the screen and answered it. Hello? Miss Yetting. I'm at your door. But you're not home. I gasped. That was my phone number. Linyu's expression instantly changed, like a beast catching the scent of blood. He grabbed the guy's shoulder with such force that the guy let out a scream of pain. Bro, what are you doing? Who told you to come here? Linyu's voice was very soft, yet it sent a bone-chilling cold through the air. A customer, her WeChat name is Yetting. Linyu smirked and turned to look exactly in my direction. Even though he couldn't see me, that gaze was terrifyingly precise. Oh. So it was her. He forcefully dragged the guy into the house and slammed the door. The delivery guy struggled desperately. Linyu landed a punch square on his temple. The guy collapsed limply to the floor. The storage room gained another prisoner. Are you crazy? I yelled into the phone. He is innocent. I have no choice. Second space Yetting's voice was unusually calm. He saw something he shouldn't have seen. And, besides what? Besides, he might not be innocent. I was stunned. What do you mean? I looked up his background. This delivery guy's real name is Daomai. He was in a car accident 3 months ago and was in a coma for 7 days. After waking up, his personality drastically changed. He used to be introverted and quiet but became outgoing and talkative. Don't you think this sounds like a consciousness replacement? I stared at the storage room door, my body shivering. Are you saying he is also someone from the second space? At PM, Linyu left the house. He changed into clean clothes, looking as presentable as usual. Before leaving, he spoke to the empty air. I'm going to look for your head. Be a good girl and wait for me to come back. Inside the storage room, the woman and the delivery guy were both tied up. When the woman saw the text appear out of thin air, hope flared in her eyes. I opened the memo app and typed rapidly. I can save you both. But you have to tell me. Where did Linyu hide my lower half? I tore the duct tape off the woman's mouth. The woman said, in the underground cold storage. Transport company, cold storage number 3. I was just about to ask further. What's the password? When Linyu returned, he pushed a large suitcase inside. The suitcase was covered in dirt and grass leaves. He unzipped the suitcase. It was my head. He had dug it out of the bushes. Found it, he said into the air. Now, all that's missing is the lower half. He made a phone call. Hello, Zhao Zhang. Help me check. In the company's cold storage number 3, is there a suitcase in there? Yes. Check it right now. A few minutes later, the assistant called back. Lin Yu smiled. Great, bring it to my house for me. He spoke leisurely. You see, your lower half is coming back too. Once I grind them all into pieces and flush them down the drain, you will completely disappear. I wanted to run. Wanted to go stop that assistant from delivering the suitcase. But I couldn't leave this house. At 4:30, the doorbell rang. Opening the second suitcase revealed my lower half, still emitting cold mist. All right, let's get to work. He picked up the bone cleaver. But right at this moment, the sound of glass shattering came from the window. 3 masked men climbed in from the balcony. It was a home invasion robbery. The leader saw Lin Yu holding the bone cleaver and froze for a second, then smirked viciously. Well, what great timing. You even got the tools ready for us. Lin Yu turned around to run, but was kicked to the floor. The leader snatched the bone cleaver from the ground and plunged it straight into Lin Yu's chest. As the blade fell, Lin Yu's eyes widened drastically. A sound that didn't belong to him escaped his mouth. Piercing. Twisted, as if 2 souls were roaring at the same time. His body convulsed violently. A puff of black smoke poured out from his mouth and nose, and then dissipated completely. The Lin Yu from the second space had completely vanished. Seeing this unnatural sight, the robbers were terrified and ran. They climbed out the balcony and disappeared into the night. On the floor, Lin Yu slowly opened his eyes. Those eyes were clear, gentle, with a hint of confusion and fear. That was the look I was most familiar with. Tears streamed down my face. He was back. My Lin Yu was back. But the woman in the storage room, the Lin Yu trapped inside the woman's body, was no longer breathing. Second Space Yetting's voice came through the phone. The magnetic anomaly has been repaired. Now I can help you resurrect. Your body parts are all here. As long as we reattach them and inject the astral body, let's begin, I said. Stitching, reattaching, injection. The process was painless. There was only a patch of warm light. When I opened my eyes, Lin Yu was sitting on the edge of the bed, holding my hand, his eyes red. Seeing me wake up, he suddenly lunged forward and hugged me, crying like a child. You're finally awake. You were in a coma for 3 days. I thought you were going to die. I looked at him and smiled. What are you smiling about? He asked. Nothing, I just feel like it's so good to be alive. He hugged me tight again. The corners of my mouth curled up slightly, revealing a chilling, eerie smile that he would never notice. Because as long as the person from one space completely disappears, the other one will gain immortality.